Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. The marine layer has lifted and moved out of the local area, looking at partly sunny skies with mainly some high clouds around and filtered sun beaming in over the area. Currently, temperatures have risen into the mid 50s and seeing a slight southerly breeze across the region. We'll see that breeze continue to increase as we move through the day today as a front approaches the area. It's going to bring some rain shower activity, possibly even an isolated thunderstorm through the area as we get into the evening time frame. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we could see that front off to the west, trailing down from this area of low pressure over the Great Lakes. Quite the tight pressure gradient around that area of low pressure. So as that moves towards our area, again, expecting those increasing southerly winds ahead of the front, and then we'll see some quite windy conditions behind that front out of the northwest. If we look at the upper level winds from this morning, sounding had some southerly winds near the surface, becoming southwesterly, generally 25 to 35 knots through the column, seeing winds more west-southwesterly as we get in the upper levels, seeing our peak wind of 55 knots at 25,000 feet. Freezing level this morning was at 12,200 feet. We look at the current visible satellite, we can see mainly those high clouds streaming through the area, given that filtered sun over the region. Do have that marine layer still well off the coast, still encroaching slightly on the Delaware coastline here, but has cleared out of the local area, and expecting that to remain the case as we move through the day today. We'll take a look at the short-term high-resolution model, see how we can expect those showers to play out as we move into the evening time frame. Again, high clouds sticking around as we move through the day. Ahead of this system, we'll start to see some mid and lower clouds moving in as this front approaches. And as you can see here, not expecting any precipitation as we move through our working hours today, with the showers holding off till after the 1800 local time frame, as you can see here just to our west, and then gradually moving in as we go into the evening and overnight time frame. Overall, we'll see some fairly consistent rain, and as you can see simulated on the model here, some of these brighter colors indicating possibility of maybe a few more moderate to heavier showers embedded within this activity. Additionally, maybe about a 20% chance of seeing an embedded thunderstorm as this pushes through. As we get past midnight, much of the rain activity will be off the coast, possibly a lingering light shower until about 2 a.m., and then we'll see those winds really cranking up out of the northwest behind the front, possibly seeing gusts up to 35 to 40 miles per hour behind this front. Will remain mostly cloudy as we get to the start of the day on Friday, and then we'll see decreasing clouds as we move through the day. Chillier conditions for Friday, temperatures back down in the 50s for our highs, and continuing to see windy conditions through much of the day on Friday before those winds start to weaken as we get late in the day and into the evening time frame. If we zoom out, look at the GFS here, we see those lower thickness values indicating some of that cooler air moving in for Friday. Then we'll see those moderating temperatures back as we go into Saturday, with those thickness values rising, indicating another mild day as we move into the day on Saturday ahead of this Clipper system that will be tracking just north of the region. It's going to bring a weak and dry boundary into the area late Saturday. It does look like maybe a few sprinkles on the northern part of the peninsula, but down here near Wallops, not expecting any precip as this pushes through. Just another slight cool down as we move into Sunday, but things dry and looking comfortable as we go through the day Sunday, and then moving into Monday, another system starts to approach the area. Good chance of seeing some rain shower activity through the day on Monday as this boundary pushes through, once again bringing another cool down as we move into the day on Tuesday as things start to dry out. Moving into the Wednesday forecast, we can see those thickness values still fairly low, so keeping chilly temperatures as we move into the day on Wednesday with that trough over the area. We'll note GFS looking pretty dry here for Wednesday. European model does indicate possibly another day of scattered showers around the area, but again, it's a bit far out to really narrow down, and some disagreement in the modeling there. We'll see how that plays out as we get closer to that time frame. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we have expired that red risk for those reduced ceilings visibilities, with that marine layer moving out of the area, currently just seeing a broken deck around 24 to 25,000 feet, and expecting that to continue as we move through the working hours today, possibly seeing a broken deck around 20,000 feet develop as well. But overall, just partly sunny conditions with some filtered sun. We'll see our high temperature getting up to 62 degrees this afternoon. We'll see that south wind continue to become a bit breezier as we move into the afternoon, becoming more southeasterly ahead of the front. 10 to 15 knots, and peak gusts up to 24 knots this afternoon during working hours. So we do have an orange risk for those elevated winds, possibly seeing a wind advisory as we move through the afternoon, and then going into the evening. Just ahead of the front, we'll see those winds more southwesterly, gusting up to 26, and then behind the front, turning northwesterly, 12 to 17 sustained, gusting up to 32 knots. That's when we increase to that red risk for those winds above wind advisory criteria. So likely seeing a wind advisory as we go into the evening and continuing into the morning of Friday. As mentioned, as we get past the 18 local time frame, that's when we're going to start to see those showers moving in over the area. So we do pick up that red risk for precip with that shower activity continuing until about midnight. We do have that yellow risk for that 20% chance of an embedded thunderstorm. And as we get past midnight, dropping down to a yellow risk for precip, as we could see a few light showers lingering until about 2 a.m. and then all of the shower activity should be coming to an end, and we'll be stuck with some ceilings around 3,000 feet continuing until the start of the day on Friday in those windy conditions. Our low temperature, as that cooler air starts to come in, will reach around 38 degrees. Tides running slightly above normal. Friday we'll see mostly cloudy conditions to start the morning, and then gradually becoming partly cloudy to mostly sunny later in the day. Continuing windy conditions, so likely seeing a wind advisory through much of the day on Friday. Eventually those winds will settle down as we go into the evening time frame. Much cooler with a high around 55 degrees. Temperatures warming back up as we go into Saturday. We'll see a slightly breezy southwesterly wind develop as we move through the day on Saturday with those warmer temperatures with a high around 64 degrees. We'll see partly cloudy to mostly cloudy conditions at times as that Clipper system moves into the area. Good chance of seeing a wind advisory for Saturday as well. Fairly quiet day for Sunday with slightly cooler temperatures with a high back down around 55 degrees behind that Clipper system. Otherwise, just partly cloudy skies. Next chance of rain moves in as we move into Monday with that next potential system pushing through. It looks to be about a 60% chance of rain at this time, so a good chance of seeing some showers pushing through the area. Once again, ahead of the boundary, we'll see mild temperatures with a high around 62 degrees, and then once again we cool down behind the boundary back into the mid to upper 50s for Tuesday with just some partly to mostly cloudy skies. And then looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies for Wednesday as well, just a 20% chance of precip here for Wednesday, as some of the models do indicate maybe some shower activity in the area, but again, not a lot of confidence in that at this time. But temperatures look to sustain in the mid-50s as we move into Wednesday as well. Overall, low temperatures will stay right in the upper 30s to lower 40s over the extended forecast here. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.